Hello everybody, this is Pete from PA Labs. And, my mom always warned me about days like yesterday that they could happen or, they occasionally do happen. And I guess I just didn't listen completely. So this is more of a cautionary tale today. Yesterday was mostly a lost day. I did get a few things fixed. It wasn't a complete washout. And I did read the fine print. So I walked into it openly. And I tried, just to get to what I'm hemming and hawing around here. Let's bring up the IDE. If you look at the code from a form you build with the online editor, the built-in designer, it's pretty straightforward. I mean, from the outlook of it and whatnot, everything's kind of blocked off. It's all very familiar sort of stuff. You've got all your gadgets, and you've got a rough cut control loop. You've got fonts loading, images if there's images. It's pretty cut and dry. So I got to looking at the ICE design. When you export your code from ICE design, it's very similar. And I got to looking at this. It's like, okay, so we got some comments. We got a compiler if that can go away. But we got enumerations of our window and our gadgets and fonts. And we got load fonts. We got some resizing stuff, but that I can get rid of that, right? We're bringing in an include of something that I'm not using, so that can go away too. Come down here and we open up the window. Aside from formatting, I mean, you got your gadgets. You got, it all looks pretty much the same, really. So I was like, well, why can't I just hotwire this? And I did read in the manual, it says at the top of this file right here, this uses strict syntax. If you edit it, beware. Okay. You can corrupt it and it won't open again. Excuse me. Well, I figured, what the heck? I can beat this. Yeah, that probably right there was the problem. So I went about converting the output of ICE to match this and try to bring it up in the editor, the form designer of the editor. And there was quite a number of times that it didn't work. And it's going to form designer limitation or it won't open again. I guess I didn't quite understand that. If you do this and it doesn't work, not only is the form you're trying to hotwire going to get corrupted, but it very easily and evidently frequently will destroy some other form that is in your folders, in that form folder, that has nothing wrong with it. It will somehow crash and grab and just... Well, the short of it, after about 6 or 7 hours of beating my head against the wall, I finally gave up. And at that point, I realized that not only had I corrupted the one file that I was working on, I corrupted 7 other files that I had already finished building by hand. And none of them, no matter how many times I try to fix them, will they come back into life. So I had to delete almost every single file I built yesterday, or form, And then I went back and kind of ripped out all the code that I wrote yesterday regarding trying to convert these. So command decision, I did fix a few bugs that I found. Don't mess with those files. I guess it's okay if you come out here and scroll to the bottom or whatever. If you got the data, you got images and you want to change the path, that's fine, no big deal. But the minutia of this file is not all these names are the right names. So combo's been abbreviated as opposed to combo box. There's several others that are abbreviated to things that don't necessarily make sense, even though I have the formatting that it's pound gadget form name yada 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 and then the gadget and then the name. Well, all that front stuff's gone. It doesn't keep any of that. It doesn't use it down here, but the names do match from here to up here. Yeah, there's a lot of little nuance tweaks in this, and I suspect there very well could be something else at play that I can't visibly see. So yeah, don't do that. That's about the best thing I can say. Now, for the interesting part, you don't need to save. I didn't really change you. Yesterday, I do have my enumerators, and I did do a parent-child class here. Let's go jump over, and I'll show you those configurations. Let's see. I'm in War Games, so let's jump over to the database. So I have matrix design. Obviously, there's not a lot on this table, but he has a child. And notice that up here, there's no forms. None of this is actually being used up here. All I have is his table name and that he's got a database. And then on the matrix side, pretty much the same thing. Because this is a child class, I have to flag him as a child class so I can actually configure him and add him to the parent. And I generated all of this code. So that is awesome. Let's see, if we jump over to here, I generated a number of the 3 of these enumerators lists and generated that code. Eventually, I even went through and created, let's see, let's jump over to, I can do it here, hold on. So I do have several forms, none of which tie to the other tables that I'm doing. All of these have some stuff on it. I will be working on trying to make a RTF sort of thing work for Linux. I will be using, well, no, I lost all those forms. Let's see. Yeah. But the checkbox, I want to get that working very nicely for the list icons. But I do have several forms in here that actually have data and whatnot on them. So I went ahead and ran the process against all of this and generated the 2 constants and Windows files here, and then also generated and pasted in the control loop of the FRM main. And lo and behold, when I run this, of course it opens on my other screen, but wha-bam, it compiles. So that at least tells me that the generated code parent-child relationship stuff is all compiling. The enumerators are all compiling nicely. And so let's see. because you can see them being brought in. Right here is the matrix xref and then matrix, and then all three of the enumerators are brought in. So the constants in Windows have all of the forms are put together here in the form guide, in the constants piece that brings all our windows together, and then all our gadgets are in here by form. The form images are brought in. We go and catch all the images. We have the form fonts are all defined, and we bring those in as load fonts. And then we have the data section down here at the bottom, which has everything pathed to the images and whatnot. Not quite sure what those last two are. Power. Oh, that's interesting that he put those separate from those. Wonder why he did that. Maybe that was my problem. I put all that together. Oh well, I'm not going to fight with that now. This is me. We can close that down. The Windows side of things is beautiful. Get that out of the way. As a matter of fact, let's just take that off the screen because we don't need to see that. I have this working with a single call to each of the 5 windows that returns a true when you call it for the creation of the window and putting it on the screen. So if we came over here and said, okay, let's come into U and say we could open up, we could just do one of these guys, right? Come down here and put that into create map, and let's go ahead and call the editor. What did I call that? I think I called it editor. Open window main. Alright, let's go this way. Oh, I don't have editor over here. Crap. Oh, wait, it's here. Okay. I think this might be it. I really screwed a lot of stuff up yesterday. Okay, so this will just pop a window. Should get it back over here on our screen. We hit create map, and of course it opened up on my other screen as well. And presto, we have that one lovely little RTF screen that's going to pop up. So, oh yeah, of course none of that is hot wired to work anyway. Not with the way we did this, because I don't have a control loop tied to him. So anyhow, you can see how the code gets utilized. Today we'll be doing some real live testing without trying to backdoor anything or shortcut anything. I need to make some serious progress today. So that pretty much concludes the video. A smart person learns by observing and not repeating other people's errors. So don't do that. As always, thanks for watching.